Hello everyone, welcome back to the Beautiful Black Witch channel. My name is Aericka and I read stars, tarot cards, and other intuitive messages. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the solar eclipse in Aries and the rest of the astrological placements that's going to be happening for the end of April, because things are getting intense and heating up even more. As Aries season is continuing to go on, it's like it's only getting hotter and hotter. And I don't mean like weather wise, it's more of like energetic wise. Like it's just chaotic energy that's just really like intense and like hot. I don't know, maybe it's just me that's feeling it, but it's like the closer and closer we get to this solar eclipse and the end of Aries season, it's like the pressure is on and it's just like a lot of energy that we're moving through. So the solar eclipse in Aries is happening on April 20th. And eclipses is where divine power comes in and direct us and put us on the proper path for our soul's growth. So an eclipse season is usually not the time to like manifest, plan anything, or act on anything unless you're being called to. And it's going to be very clear and in your face. You won't be able to miss it. And for some people, you're going to be able to see certain things coming. But for others, it can be a complete shock. It really depends on how this energy is hitting your chart personally. For everybody, it won't be as like intense and crazy as for others. And that's just for any energy in general. So this solar eclipse is connected to the new moon. So it's really going to be pushing us into a new path, a new journey, a new chapter, a new book, whatever, something new. If you don't feel like your life is changing drastically around this time, then you're good. Just go with the flow of what you're doing. But for those of you who are going to be experiencing or have been experiencing certain things, you know, ending and closing and just certain things just happening in your life that's just really like in your face and you can't miss it and you're just like, whoa, what is going on? It's like the universe and divine power is really moving stuff out of the way for us, because again, this solar eclipse is trying to push us into something new. And along with this being connected to the new moon, it's also connected to North Node. And the North Node is about our soul's destiny, where we're moving towards, collectively and even within our own personal charts. But collectively, we're going to be moving towards North Node in Aries. But this solar eclipse in Aries right now is going to be preparing us for that, because right now the North Node is in Taurus, and it's not going to be changing until July. So July is pretty much where you're going to see all this energy really playing out. Because it's just prepping us and really getting things in order. So when July comes, we can really just take off more smoothly than just things just happening so fast and suddenly, and then just not giving us a grace period and time to figure things out. The universe wants us to succeed, but first it has to move everything out of the way for us. So this energy is very much supercharged and on steroids. It's all for our soul's growth and our self-development as in our life and on our journey. So since this solar eclipse is in the cardinal sign of Aries, it's really going to be thrusting us and initiating us onto a whole new path that's personal to our own soul's journey and our own dreams and aspiration and goals, because Aries is a very independent sign. It's about the self. It's the first sign of the zodiac. It's about that initiation, that go, action and instincts, and being defensive and protective and very headstrong. So you really have to tap into the Aries energy of, you know, all the characteristics I just listed and really go for what you personally want in your life. Like you can't depend on other people and can't let other people tell you where to go and what to do for your personal life. Like, you were born independently for you, even though you're connected to a family line, a bloodline, and environments and stuff. That doesn't, or that shouldn't, stop you from going towards what you want for your life personally. So this solar eclipse is really going to be pushing you towards that. So all Aries season, and even before that, you've been thinking about it since the beginning of this year, really, where you want to go, what you want to do, kind of things that's been in your way have been showing you signs. And if you haven't been moving those things out the way, this is when the universe come and do it for you. Just so you can get on the path that you've been ruminating about and thinking about and imagining and manifesting and planning for. They want you to go for that because it's coming from your heart. So you're gonna have to step up and fight for whatever that vision is for you, because nobody's gonna give it to you or do that work for you. You gotta put that step first, and then the universe can help you along your path if you're taking the right steps. So yeah, you're really gonna have to step out on faith and detach from anything that's holding you back. So if you haven't been seeing certain things, you're gonna start seeing it now. And the best thing to do is really just let it go and release and go with it, then try to cling on and hang on. You're gonna wanna cling on because certain things are gonna be hard to release and let go, but it's really for your best interest. And for some people, it's gonna be easy because you've been ready for this. You've been ready and waiting for an opportunity to take action on something. So this energy can just be giving you the go ahead to go for it. And it can be really scary, even if you feel ready to do certain things, because the universe is not going to ask you. This energy is not asking anybody for anything. They've given you opportunities to do certain things and take certain actions on your behalf, but this energy is like, no, we're doing it this way. It can be uncomfortable, but it's really asking you to tap into that inner warrior and be brave and have courage and just go for it, because it's gonna be worth it in the end. And sometimes all you have to take is that one baby step, because Aries is the baby of the zodiac. It's the newborn. So sometimes you just have to take that first step, and then certain things are just gonna fall into place for you, and you're just gonna take off even faster than you realized. But you gotta take that first step. You gotta take the initiative and do something. And on the same day that this solar eclipse is happening, it's also going to be Taurus season. Happy birthday to all my Tauruses out there, by the way. But yeah, Taurus season is going to be all about repotting. A lot of us have outgrown the environments, relationships, and things in our life, habits, everything. We've outgrown a lot of that. And kind of like a plant, when it's in a pot and the roots get grows too much, it needs to be repotted so that it can have more room to grow into its new environment. But you have to switch over. So the universe is really going to be doing that for us. It's going to be removing us from our environments and things that are not for us anymore, and putting us into new places and new spaces so that we can continue to grow. And yeah, it's going to take some adjustment periods and grace periods, which I'm going to get into because they're going to give us that to get things situated. But we have to be removed from our pot, because if we stay within where we're at, it will stunt our growth. But it's like now, the universe, God, the divine power is going to come in and put us in the proper environment for us to be nurtured and heal and grow and prosper. And with all the changes and stuff, it's so important to be grounded. And Taurus is an earth sign, so it's about being stable, being grounded, being self-sufficient, self-reliant, resilient, investments, and your self-esteem, your morals and your values. Since Mercury have been in Taurus, we've already been thinking about all this stuff, where we are, where's our self-esteem, what do we find valuable, where do our morals lie, or like what investments we want to put into next. And Taurus season is where we're going to be able to actually put action into those things that we've been thinking and planning about. We'll be able to ground it into our reality. It's going to take time. You know, it's an earth sign, so it's going to move slowly. And it's going to give us that time and space to really get things in order, because we've been plucked from an old way of doing things into a new way, into a new environment, into all this new energy. It may be hard to feel grounded because of so many things that's happening, but you know, we have to know where we stand within ourselves, you know, being grounded within that. You know that you can rely on yourself, you know you can trust yourself. Then that's all that matters moving forward, because you'll know you'll be able to rebuild and ground yourself and restable yourself after coming from wherever you're coming from, you know. So as long as you know what all of those things are, then you're good. And just keep that at the forefront of your mind, because there's going to be so many new opportunities coming in, and you're going to have to make sure that you're choosing the right things that's in alignment of those said things that's going to make you feel good about yourself, things that's going to make you feel more independent and self-reliant and resilient, and you know, feeding into yourself. That's going to feed into you and not take so much, you know. That's going to help you stick to your morals and your values. That's going to value you in return. So that's just really vital and really important during this time, because it's a lot of moving pieces, and you got to make sure that you're grabbing the right things and you're doing the right things. That's going to keep you on the straight path that the Hulk is freaking moving things out of the way for. You want valuable things, not baggage. That's so last year. But I want to say that it's really important just to act on your instincts at this time, because when you know, you know, you know? So don't let nothing outside of you make you feel like you don't know, because you know. And Aries, in this supercharged Aries energy, you're not going to be able to ignore the instincts. It's going to be like vibrating your body. You're going to be like, oh, hell no, or like, yes. Like, it's going to be like a magnet. It's either you're going to like the red one, I think, where it's going to like pull you in, or it's going to be the blue one where it pushes it away. You know, it's going to be like that kind of energy. Just trust your instincts is another vital thing at this time. Trust your instincts. If it says go, go. If it says no, no. Okay? Happy 420 to all my fellow buds out there. If you know, you know. On the 21st, we have Mercury going retrograde in Taurus. So this is the grace period I was talking about. The universe giving us this grace period to help us get things in order, and to also, you know, reflect on where we've been and where we've come from and how far we've come. Because we really got to remember that, so that when we move forward, we'll take things in more consideration and appreciate it more. Mercury going retrograde it always gives us a time to reflect and review and plan out before we just move forward again, so that we can take everything into account and review everything and really make sure that we're taking the proper steps forward, and we're not doing another round of whatever the hell that was, you know? Since 2021, we've been doing our hard work, whatever that is, whether that on any level, spiritually, mentally, physically, maybe all of the above, just getting things in order and getting things more stable, and just really, metaphorically speaking, like cleaning our garden, because we all have, you know, that within ourselves. So what are we tending to? What are we giving our energy to? What are we spending our time doing? You know, we've been really taking all of that into account. And what haven't we been investing in? You know, because Taurus is about investments. Retrograde is like a recap. Let's just bust out the tape one more time and like look at everything and take an account, like, ooh, yeah, we're not doing that anymore. Or like, okay, I did that, I achieved that, I did this, and just really boosting our self-esteem. This is the time to boost your self-esteem, okay? So that moving forward, we can be more stern and confident in ourselves, you know, for a longer term than just moments here and there. You know, it's just like we're carrying this confidence within us as we move forward into this new energy. And then on the 22nd of April, we're having Earth Day. It's a great idea to go outside. I'm not saying go outside and pick up trash, but if you're outside and you come across trash, maybe pick it up. You can go outside and just benefit from her. Take a walk, take a hike, go for a run, or go on a picnic, go to the beach, watch the sunset, watch the sunrise, garden, planting some flowers, planting some cilantro, basil, anything, mint. It can even be wildflowers. Any way to give back to the earth will be greatly appreciated by her. Even if you go sit on a patio or just sit on your porch, like just take a moment, go outside, take some very, very deep breaths, you know, just be grateful that we're still living and she's still catering to us in the best way she can. Because yeah, in certain places, she's not doing so well, you know? So if you're able to go outside and experience her, then I would greatly recommend. Oh, another tip is just planting your feet on the ground. So wherever you are, just take your shoes, your socks off. I mean, not in the middle of the city, but if you're at home on your porch or in the backyard and you don't have any grass or anything, you can plant your feet on the concrete. You know, you can rinse it down with some water and just plant your feet, bare feet on the concrete, and just take in some deep breaths with your eyes closed, or look up at the sky and just take time to give thanks. It's a great way to heal during Taurus season because Taurus is a earth sign. So connecting with earth during this month and this season will definitely be beneficial to Mother Earth and you. Earth Day lands on a Saturday, so there shouldn't be no excuses, okay? That's your homework. I'm giving you guys homework. So yeah, just make some time. Just make some time. Let's get into these cards because I'm really excited. Let's start with the Oracle first. So since we are having a solar eclipse, I thought I will pull a little Oracle card. I don't do it for all readings, but when I'm feeling guided, I'll pull an Oracle. So the card we got today is Gratitude Rampage. List 10 things you're grateful for. And I was just talking about acknowledging how far we've come and being thankful and grateful and just acknowledging how far you've come. You can even list 10 things. I guess I'm giving you guys more homework to list 10 things that you're grateful for, even if it's just out loud. You don't have to write it down. If you want to do a journal entry, you can, but if not, you can just list 10 things throughout your day that you're grateful for. If you can't think off the top of your dome, just as your day go on, just say it out loud. I would just say it out loud, or just say it in your head. Maybe I'm grateful that the sun is shining today, or I'm grateful that we're getting rain. I don't know, just throwing things out there, guys. But yeah, it's just good to be grateful and just acknowledge how far we've come so far, because with all this new energy, we're about to be on to the next. So let's just take a moment, be like, wow, this is great. I've done this for myself. I've done that. You know, I've let this go. Just whatever it is. So every moment has something to be grateful for, if you can find it. To appreciate means to make more of. In other words, what you focus on expands. Gratitude is a potent magic power for manifesting more of what you want in life. If you're constantly focused on what goes wrong and what you don't like, then the law of attraction, you begin to attract more experiences that cause those negative feelings. The same goes for gratitude. So keeping a regular practice of thankfulness continues to supply awesomeness. It takes more than just saying thank you to activate the manifesting magic. When going on your gratitude rampage, make sure you feel with every ounce of your emotional being the joy for each thing on the list. Get into the habit of saying thank you for all the small things in life. Keep a journal by your bedside and spend a few minutes each night going on a gratitude rampage and notice all the blessings that begin to pour in. I am thankful for all the things in my life, and I am open to receiving more. Wow. And honestly, I know it's not easy to think positive all the time. And it's honestly healthy to have up and down thoughts, because you can become more self-aware of what triggers you, what upsets you, how you're feeling about things. So it's not like we have to think positive all the time, but taking those moments to be grateful, and that's something I am constantly practicing now, because I was a person who did not think very positively because of a lot of things and being in the wrong environments for so long and really not having a way out, because trust me, I tried to, I guess, escape. But the universe and God was like, you're not going to escape. You're going to walk out with your head high, but it's going to take time. But during that time, I was not positive all the time and trusting and any of that. But I'm starting to incorporate, affirmations and just small things, just being grateful for the small things. I can think a little bit more positive and just be grateful that I am privileged in a lot of ways. I am so privileged, and it only took me noticing the little small things in my everyday that just is a natural thing that I don't even have to think about, but other people do. Not saying that my problems are not, or our problems are not nothing, because people got it worse. It's just taking into account where we do have it lucky or we do have it good, and just being grateful and thankful for those things. And, work on the things that is not good and don't make us feel lucky and positive, like that is what we have to work on. But you also have to cherish the good and value the good for it to continue, because if you take it for granted, it gets snatched away. But the Six of Wands, as you can see, she's really grabbing this man by his private area. But I think that is just Spirit telling us, or just showing us that, you can have the confidence to go for something that you want. Now, don't go out here grabbing on people, okay? That's harassment, okay? That is not okay. But metaphorically, like, you have the confidence to go for what you want. Do it the right way. And like, you will have the support and backup by them and by, the people that they send in to help you with. So if you've been wanting to go for a goal, so whatever you've been planning or aspiring to do or be, this is showing the confidence that we are stepping into, or that we have to go for what we want, and not being shy. With Aries energy, it's aggressive. It takes what it wants. When a baby sees something in your hand, it grabs it. It's not asking for you. It just grabs you, and you're like, oh shoot, and it got that strong grip. I don't know why babies be having that strong grip, but it's insane. And they have no muscle mass. Superpowers. But it's like that energy, like we're taking things, we're taking the reins, we're taking things by the balls, and we're going for it. We're going for it, and we're not stopping, because we finally see things very clear. And that's like on an intuitive level, on an instinctual level, and on a mental level. Like, it's all in alignment, it's balance. This is justice. And we just had the full moon in Libra, so that really even helped us with getting things in order and getting things balanced and showing us where things need to be balanced. So now that has happened, we can see things very clear, and the road is very clear ahead of where we want to go and what we want to do. So it's like we're really stepping into that, and we see very, very clearly where we want to go. And it's a lot of Leo energy in this card, because down here it has the little Jupiter and Jupiter and Leo. And then at the Justice card, we have another Leo symbol down there. So this is, about confidence and bravery, courage, having the strength, not really caring what other people have to say or think about what we're doing, because we're doing it. No matter big or small, it's good, we're going, because we're tired of being stuck in this energy of feeling like we can never get close to our goals, or we can never, like, we just feeling trapped, you know, finally getting chased away by by things that we don't even want. Like, it's like the thoughts that we have chase us away for what we truly want, you know, being trapped in those thoughts of like, or just being trapped in certain environments where it's like aggressive like this, you know, like people who like prey on us and like misuse us, and it's a lot that goes into play. And then it gets into our head because it's like, wow, like this person used me, or this happened to me, or like, you know, it starts to get to us and it stops us from going towards what we truly want. But not no more. Now with this solar eclipse, it's like, again, we're supercharged. We're not letting nothing stop us. It's like we're grabbing it by the balls, and we're going, whether you like it or not. I'm going. This is what's happening. This is what I'm doing. And you're not asking for permission. You're not even probably, I mean, if you do have to communicate this, then it's like you're telling people what you're doing. You're not asking for permission. It's no question involved. This is like, this is what's happening, and this is how it's happening, and the end. Period. Because we're getting out of those habits of overthinking too much. It's over, and we're more balanced. You know, everything is in alignment within us. You know, we're really grounded within ourselves. And yeah, really releasing everything. It's like, as we're taking off, it's like it's burning off the rest of the baggage or whatever is clinging on to you, you know, or whatever else we're clinging on to. You know, this is both ways. Because remember, we're the magnet. We're either pushing things away or pulling things in. And just because we're pushing things away doesn't always make it good, you know, and just because we're pulling things in also doesn't make it good. So it's like having that discernment of like what's coming in and what's coming out, and really sticking to our guns and knowing what we want and not settling at all, because we can't go backwards. And the 10 of Wands have been coming out so much in all the readings I've been doing. Just 10 of Wands, like even it's here at the bottom of the deck, the 10 of Wands. And this is talking about releasing those burdens, letting that stuff go, mainly energetically. Some of that stuff you can't see, you know, you don't know what we're holding on to energetically unless it's very in your face and you're like, oh, but that's why this energy is going to help you bring that up. So it's like, oh, if you haven't been seeing certain things or certain attachments that you have, then that's when this energy is going to show you like, no, this is not right. Whether it's on your end or somebody else. Everything is a two-way. When, you know, you're always playing a part somehow. So it's just like, how are you playing a part in this? It's like energy leakage. You know, it's like we have this aura bubble, and when we invest in things and put our energy into things, it's like it's leaking out to things. And sometimes we're not aware of what our energy is leaking out into. So it's like this energy is going to bring that to your attention so that you can cut those cords and seal those holes in your energy field. And that's what the 10 of Wands is, you know, really letting that stuff go. Because it's not always hard, you know, things really take time. It took 10 wands. It took so much stuff for you to finally be like, I'm done. And you release it, you know, because you're like carrying it. You're like, oh, this is not that bad. And you're like, ouch, you know, this is starting to hurt my back a little bit, but whatever. You can keep going. And then it's just like more burdens and more trauma and more just junk and bad stuff. And then you got your thoughts on top of that, and then you're not trusting your instincts and your heart, and it's just like that's baggage, and that's just more and more stuff that you're carrying energetically and in your hands. And now you're just like, well, what do? I can't go any further because it's so heavy. And then you got to release it all and then some, to make sure that these holes are patched in real good and these cords are cut really well and you're not leaking or giving away your energy in any type of way that you don't see fit or that's not right for you and your soul's growth, because we are a soul having a human experience, and that's tough because that's a double mission. Like, you got to survive as a human and grow as a soul. It's a double mission, and you gotta be in alignment to really see the truth, you know, because if you're just all in your human, you're abandoning your soul. And that's where we've been abandoning our human by chasing the bag, chasing after these things and people and places and that don't even suit us at all, you know. And it's just been draining us energetically because like our soul is like, well, this is not what I was meant to do here, but here we are. And it's like now we're finally getting back into alignment with that and waking up, and we're like, damn, like this is what I've been doing. That's crazy, you know. Just learning. So many cards want to come out. I just want this reading this video may be a long one, but I be trying to chop it down as much as I can. But when the messages be coming out, the messages be coming out. Yeah, we're moving forward with clarity, so much clarity. And this is also spirit, universe, divine power stepping in and showing us too. It's just like putting it in our face with this solar eclipse. And then we have a lunar eclipse in Scorpio in 2 weeks. So it's really going to be wrapping up any of this energy leakage stuff. But right now it's getting things in place, getting us really started on this new path and stuff. So in 2 weeks, we're going to have to really wrap up anything, because these 2 weeks are going to show us where we're still kind of leaking or where we need to put more energy into certain things so that it can get us where we really need to go. But by the Scorpio lunar eclipse, spirit is like nipping everything in the bud, okay? And that's going to be the end of that. Yeah, because you're like born again. Because when you have the 10 is a completion, and then boom, we're right back to the beginning with the page, to a fresh new beginning, a whole new experience with no baggage. And of course, you know, those things are always a part of us, but it's like we're not acting out of those things anymore. We're not acting out of those hurts. And if you are, these are going to be the times where that's going to be put into your face. Like, this is where you need to change, you know, this is where you need to go. Like, spirit is going to be really showing you where everybody's different, you know, and there is no good or bad. This is just where we are on our journey for individually and as a collective, because we all have to move together, but also individually. It's a double mission. It's kind of hard, but right now we have to prioritize ourselves and get ourselves situated. And yeah, and we're starting brand spanking new. Yeah, and we've really had to release ourselves from people who was playing a part in keeping us in this energy, you know, no matter who they were, because we have the 2 of Cups here, and this talks about, you know, soul ties and very close relationships, intimate relationships. This can also talk about true love. So now that you're out of all of this energy of holding on to things and moving out of hurt and pain, now that you've healed, you can finally meet real, true soulmates or true partnerships and connections where you're on the same level, you're on the same energy field and energy wave. I don't know if that's the proper way. Words are escaping me. And this is the best way I could describe it, but it's just like people who are on your same wavelength, you know, who believe in the same things, who have the same morals, values, all of that, because you've done the work, you've done the healing, you've gone within, you've figured it all out. And if not, this is what you're gonna be doing so that you can finally connect with people and be in the right environment for you. You know, we all have to figure it out for ourselves, and we can't let other people figure it out for us, because we're going to continue to be lost. But if you tune into yourself, listen to your instincts, listen to your mind, get all of that right, then you're going to know where to go and how to move and what to do and how to do it. It's just going to come to you, because you're going to see it in your life. It's not going to sit right with you anymore. It's just going to be like, oof, you know, you're going to want to push it away. And it's going to be very obvious on the things that you need to push away the more you do that inner work. But you can't skip that inner work and think that you're going to be meeting soulmates and true people who are on a wave that you're not even on yet. You know, like, we want to be certain people, but we got to work towards that. And once we have not mastered it, but once we got a hang of that energy and high key mastered it, then we can call in those people who have, or those things that have that same energy, that same wavelength. But if we're not holding that space for even ourselves, then we can't hold that for anybody else, and we won't be able to meet people or be in environments that's suitable for what we truly want. That's just with anything. And if you are picking up what I'm dropping, then you know what I mean. So I hope this energy and this message reach you well. Good luck out there, guys. Stay strapped in to yourself. You at the end of the day, that's all you need is yourself and God and spirit. That's it. And the more you put trust in that, the more you're going to be living your dream. Yeah. I can go on a whole spiel, but that's where I'm going to leave you guys. Give this video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment, even though I don't get any comments, but who knows, you know, I'm going to say it anyway. Leave me a comment, guys. And if not, I see you, I feel you. So yeah, subscribe, because a witch is nothing without her coven. And bye.